Hello and welcome to this Motion Shakers interview. Just a quick introduction about myself. I'm Sankara, Industry Director with Frost Sullivan's Industrials Group. Today's Motion Shakers interview is with Fictiv, and they have recently won the Technology Innovation Leadership Award from Frost Sullivan. And before we actually get to the interview, just a quick overview of the of this recognition. So each year, Frost and Sullivan presents the Global Supply Chain for Custom Mechanicals Technology Innovation Leadership Program or Innovation Leadership Recognition to a company that actually demonstrates outstanding strategy development and implementation that results in some measurable improvements in technology, highly satisfied customers, and competitive positioning. It recognizes forward-thinking organizations that are reshaping their industries through continuous innovation and excellent growth. And Frost & Sullivan's best practices recognition, it honors companies in various regional as well as, I would say, global markets for demonstrating outstanding achievement and superior performance in leadership, innovation in technology, customer service, and strategic product development. As a part of this recognition, industry analysts like me, we compare market participants and we measure their performance through in-depth interviews, analysis, and extensive secondary research to identify best practices in the industry. And as a part of that, Frost & Sullivan is very pleased to announce that Fictiv, a global manufacturing and supply chain company, has received the 2025 Global Supply Chain for Custom Mechanicals Technology Innovation Leadership Recognition for their outstanding achievements in technology innovation, their digital orchestration, and customer value creation. So in this benchmarking process, we evaluate companies through a rigorous process across two very important core dimensions. One is strategy effectiveness, the other is strategy execution. And we found out that Fictiv as a company, it excelled in both. It demonstrated its ability to align strategic initiatives with customer and market needs while executing with precision, agility, and global consistency. So I'm very glad to announce that this recognition also highlights Fictiv's consistent leadership in delivering scalable technology-enabled solutions that strengthen global manufacturing networks and advanced supply chain resilience in a dynamic and digitally transforming industry. So as a part of this interview, today I have with me Dave Evans. Dave is the CEO and co-founder of Fictiv. He's a regular contributor for Fast Company and Forbes. He has been featured on NBC News, NASDAQ, TechCrunch, Discovery, and was named to Forbes 30 under 30 list. He was actually the first hire at Ford's Silicon Valley Innovation Lab, and Dave graduated from Stanford University with a BS in mechanical engineering. Good morning, Dave, and thank you so very much for joining me today in this Motion Shakers interview.
We're so honored for the award, Sankar. Thank you for the nice introduction and pleasure to be here today.
Great. Mine as well. And I have a lot of questions here to ask. I think I will first begin with the innovation that has gone behind this award. So the first question I have is, what sets Fictiv apart in the custom mechanicals supply chain?
For over a decade of building this business and helping customers to simplify their sourcing, really, I think what sets us apart is that we have built a Fortune 500 grade supply chain that companies can plug into to really scale new products, as well as end of life products into the supply chain to reduce cost, remove risk, and increase time to market. And this is all backed by our proprietary technology that we have built, with over 10 years of developing this. And so I think what really sets us apart, though, is how the technology meets all the customer service, what you said, the execution piece, to really help companies simplify their sourcing.
You mentioned quite a bit about technologies. So, what key technologies and strategies kind of drove Fictiv's global innovation?
I think that, automation is the way of the future. But unlike many companies that believe in full automation, lights out, no human in the loop, our belief is really one where you have human plus machine, what we call autonomation. And
Yes.
autonomation is this idea that you are continuing to have the computer or all of our AI technology do 80% of the work, the heavy lifting, the mundane tasks, while it allows the operator to be in the loop, really to help do the creative, hard problem solving. And so the strategy might be, hey, we can develop a landed cost proposal for your goods out of Mexico versus China, or maybe a reshore here in the United States. But we know that there's so many dynamic pieces of as tariffs change, as shipping costs go up, as these things operate, in actually down to the minutes now we're seeing, you really do want a human the loop. So I think that the competitive advantage here is heavy automation with artificial intelligence, with some of the best operators and experienced engineers and supply chain professionals to help you navigate all of that change in the market.
Very interesting. Yeah. And Dave, we all know that, customer expectations are evolving very rapidly, and it is very critical to meet the needs of next gen product companies. So, which actually brings me to the next question. How does Fictive support hardware innovators across industries, such as robotics, medical technology, and clean energy?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll give you probably one of my favorites, only because it was last week. But you can't say which one of your kids is your favorite. So all
Right.
of our customers I love. But for this specific one, this is a public telecoms company. They have satellites that work with some of the largest telecommunication companies that provide internet connectivity through satellites. And when we first met them 3 to 4 years ago, they were running mostly only on a US supply chain. Satellites go up in, major rockets like SpaceX and those things. By working with us, they went from a US only supply chain that was high cost, heavy risk because of the how much consolidation, they had, or concentration, I should say, in their vendor database. And if you fast forward 2 years later, we have removed over 40% of cost out of their production bill of materials, and we've de-risked their supply chain where they now operate in 3 of our 4 countries. So they're doing production in India, China, and the United States, which diversifies their supply chain, all through a single partner with Fictiv. And so the net result is we've helped them scale, over 10x the volumes over those 2 years. We've reduced 40% of cost out of it. And we've helped them really do the most important thing, which is de-risk their supply chain by having multiple geographies. So I think that this is a pretty classic example as you look at a lot of our innovators that we're helping remove risk, remove cost, and help them scale their products.
And can you give me some specific examples of this accelerated time to market and supply chain resilience?
I'll give you a specific one that we've talked publicly about. We were working with Honeywell Aerospace, so one of their largest divisions on the commercial side, and they had an APU, an auxiliary power unit, that was originally developed almost 40 years ago. And the supply chain for one of their impellers in here was 7 months for their MRO, their maintenance, repair, and overhaul, to get a new blade. So what would happen is if an APU went down, that unit was shelved for 7 months at a time. And you can imagine all the customer issues that you'd have. And so we worked with Honeywell in this aerospace to go from a 7 month supply chain, for this APU down to just 6 weeks. So I want you to think about the transformation that you go from multiple quarters down to, just a month and a half. We were able to do this by leveraging a digital supply chain. They plugged directly into for a product that was, end of life, or at least, it doesn't have the volumes that it did in its peak. And so I think this is a great example that we're not just working with, maybe mid-market or SMB public companies, but your large ones like Honeywell as well.
Oh, fantastic. Great. Yeah. And Dave, in my research, we found out that Fictiv has global manufacturing centers of excellence across different countries and different regions. So I would like to now kind of delve deep into your global expansion and strategic partnerships. So could you please talk to me about the impact of the recent Mizumi partnership on Fictiv's global footprint?
If we rewind all the way back to when I won that award of Forbes 30 under 30, because I'm not under 30 anymore, we were just, a technology company in Silicon Valley, building the next generation of supply chain and manufacturing. 12 years later now, we're a global organization operating in 4 countries: Mexico, India, China, and the US. Recently, just a month ago, we announced a strategic partnership to be acquired and join Mizumi Group, which is a almost $4 billion revenue company based out of on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. 60, 70 years old. They have over 100 different sites around the world, Sankar, with over 22 different manufacturing facilities. And so what this partnership brings to us is a really strong foundation of a business that's lasted for decades through many, different economic and political cycles. It also gives us access to a global footprint beyond just our 4 locations. But I think most importantly, Fictiv's customers are Mizumi customers, and Mizumi customers are also Fictiv customers. And so the value that we're able to bring is a single supply chain for both custom and standard mechanical components, really to continue that brand promise of time creation for the customer and simplifying their sourcing. And when you combine these two things together, we make supply chains easier to operate with lower cost and really give a lot of time back to those organizations.
All right. Okay. So just to reiterate, so this partnership expands your capacity globally.
Yes, 100%, and simplifies and gives a lot of time back to our customers.
Got it. Right. And we all know that this recognition for Fictiv is actually for the custom mechanicals, right? And
Yes.
so that brings me to the next question around the future of manufacturing, especially the future of custom manufacturing. So,
Mhm.
on that regard, what is your vision for the next evolution in supply chain orchestration?
Einstein has this beautiful saying that you can't use the thinking of the past to create the future or to create tomorrow. What we're seeing today, Sankar, is that the products that are being developed are an order of magnitude more complex than what yesterday ever was. I want you to think about nuclear fusion and clean energy. Think about humanoid robotics and pushing the boundaries there. Look at telecommunications and satellites and rockets we're building. Think about, life-saving medical devices that are, going into hearts and the human body. All of this technology is pushing the edge of physics and what's actually possible. And we need the supply chain orchestration to keep up with the advancement of all this technology. So when I'm asked what is the future, for supply chains and in custom mechanicals, we need to build a technology first orchestration layer that allows all of these product innovators building humanoids and satellites and electric vehicles to plug into this ecosystem of creators across the world, in India, Japan, Europe, all over. And if we do that, we will realize the products of tomorrow, meaning we will realize the humanoids and the satellites and the nuclear fusion. But we have to actually build this orchestration layer. We have to change our mindset that these new products can't be built, on legacy systems and orchestration of human glue. And so when we do that, we're going to unlock a lot of creative potential in the world.
Great to know. And as a company that competes in supply chain and manufacturing, innovation is very, very critical. So on that regard, could you disclose on Fictiv's roadmap for continued innovation?
Yeah, we want to continue to add, additional geographies that simplify sourcing for our major customers. With the announcement of the partnership with Mizumi, we want to help our companies, not just with the custom side, but also with their standard components to simplify it. And as we think about the core innovation going forwards, it's about those 3 things I talked about: reducing cost, time creation and getting in the market and reducing the risk. And I think that if we can do that and continue to build core innovation, leveraging best-in-class artificial intelligence, we're really gonna help drive a lot of innovation in the world.
Great, great, great. And can you tell us what this Frost and Sullivan recognition means to you and the Fictiv team?
Well, I have to tell you, as a founder and someone that's read many reports of Frost and Sullivan, we're humbled to receive this recognition. For over 12 years of our hard work of building both the strategy, executing it, new strategy, executing it, to be recognized as a market leader here in this space is really a true honor, I would say, Sankar. And so thank you to your team, to yourself for reaching out to us, for the hard questions, analyzing everything that we've done, but also for the recognition of the work that the Fictiv team has done. And so I just say in closing, I'm honored to receive this award, but it's really on behalf of the whole organization. There are hundreds of people that have put a lot of late nights, passion into building this, and we truly feel lucky to receive this. So, Sankar, thank you to you and the entire Frost and Sullivan team.
No problem. That is very good to know. And Dave, you have a lot of great credentials. You were the first hire at the Ford's Silicon Valley Innovation Lab, and you were named Forbes 30 under 30 list. So, as a leader, as CEO and co-founder, do you have any advice for other leaders building supply chains for the future?
Think big and bold and build more technology. I would say that we need more leaders and entrepreneurs in the hard tech, in the physical development space, building, the next generation of product. It's amazing to see all the AI that's going on. But for anyone that's reading this report, listening to this interview, take the leap, build the next piece of technology, build the next orchestration, and really jump into the deep end because the world needs it. We need life-saving medical devices. We need to solve our energy crisis. We need to develop more sustainable methods. And if anything, I hope that this interview inspires the next wave of entrepreneurs to build their dreams because it's totally possible.
I'm pretty sure it will definitely inspire a lot of other leaders. And so with that, that's all the questions I had for you today.
Sure.
Thank you so very much for your time. Thank you so very much for joining me today. And congratulations once again to you and the Fictiv team on this great recognition from Frost & Sullivan.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And
Bye.
really nice to talk. Take care.